Political analyst Brian Sobel is here now on the set. Brian, what gets me here is this health care bill affects millions and millions and millions of Americans, and yet it is being done entirely by one party. And let's be honest here, when President Obama was in office, it was also done by one party. It seems to me that with something this important, the two sides should come together.
All Americans should expect, actually, that these elected members, these people who come from us, should be able to get into a room and talk about the pluses and minuses of legislation together. And anytime a person from the other party says, you know, like Schumer did today, let's negotiate, the other person from the other party says that's not a valid thing because we don't think you'll negotiate in good faith. And unfortunately, both parties, Frank, are guilty of this.
Okay, Rand Paul and Senator Ted Cruz are two of four GOP senators who said they cannot support this version of the bill in its current form. Yet Ted Cruz was speaking today, seemed very kind of positive that, like, if we can work together and make some changes, this will pass. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think they'll get the vote before the 4th of July, and do you think they'll get this to pass?
They will get a vote, I'm not sure, before the 4th of July. Will they be able to bring over Rand Paul and Ted Cruz? Probably, because they both signaled that if there were some tweaks to the bill, they would support it. And there's a lot of pressure to move the bill on. But if you look at the bigger picture, Mitch McConnell is saying, hey, I want this out of the Senate. I want it over to the House because we have a lot of other things to work on. This thing has been, you know, a millstone around both the Senate's throat and her head and also the House. It's a tough deal, and they want to move on.
Why does it feel like President Trump is sitting on the sidelines? This was one of the hallmarks of his campaign, saying, I am going to repeal Obamacare. And yet he really isn't a part of the House bill or the Senate bill. Well,
we don't even know whether the bill is being repealed or amended. I think Washington is just totally confused about what they want to do here. And when you're talking with people in Washington, D.C., everybody's got a different idea about how to deal with this. The House people, the Senate people, the executive branch, nobody seems really clear. And so I think President Trump's staying out of it because I don't know that he thinks he can positively affect anything right now.
What about the tapes? We came out and we learned. Do you think that President Trump came out today and said that he did not have any conversations with former FBI Director James Comey? Do you think this is the last of this, or do you think we'll hear more?
I think we've it's run its course. You know, he kind of kept the nation in suspense, those that cared, about whether there was a taping system in the White House or in the Oval Office. Now we learn he didn't tape anything. But then you ask yourself, well, what was he referring to? And the only thing you can surmise is he was saying to Comey, somebody may have this on tape. You better tell the truth. A veiled threat. And you better get it right because somebody may have been listening.
All right. Brian, as always, thank you for your
you're very welcome.
tonight.
Yep,
Appreciate
absolutely.
it.